Hey guys, Buffy today, bringing our video, and today we're going into Tactical Weapons for Modern Warfare 3 Part 2, or more so, Warzone Tactical Weapons here for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 with the launch of Warzone. So I'm going to go through some of my class setups that I have currently for Warzone. Now these are obviously work very well for multiplayer. Just show you guys what I'm working with right now, what I'm playing with, what weapons you'll probably end up seeing some future videos on potentially. Let me know your thoughts down below, any weapons, attachments, things like that you have any suggestions, things you want to see for Warzone weapons, for specific Warzone type videos, how to win games, things like that in the future. So go ahead, jump into it. I'm just going to run through a couple of these, show you guys kind of what I have. So this one is pretty cool. This is obviously a Modern Warfare 2 weapon. You're going to see a little bit of mix and match here, Modern Warfare 3 and Modern Warfare 2. This one I'm running a Scar Heavy or a Mark 17. Now, unfortunately, all my blueprints from Modern Warfare 2 don't carry over my custom ones, so I got to remake those to just call this a Scar H or a Mark 17. But this is a really, really cool build. So you can see we're going to use the Battlefield Promotion Scar Heavy blueprint here. And the only reason I'm doing that is because you get a cool little paint job here based on different paints you put on. But you get the top-mounted laser you can see on this. Top-mounted laser on the top pick rail. But what I'm going to run for this here is the Purified Muzzle Brake. This is going to give us horizontal recoil control and fire and aim stability. And with all the attachments added up on the weapon, you're getting 97.3% reduction in horizontal recoil, which is huge for this weapon. This weapon mainly, I feel like, has a pretty heavy mix of horizontal and vertical. But this one and the Colossus Brake both work really, really well for this. And I would honestly say even the Colossus Brake feels like it might be a little bit more controllable, but for aesthetic wise for this one, we're going to use the Purified Muzzle Brake. You can see 97% reduction in horizontal is huge. We're going to run the base barrel. I'm a big proponent of the LAS 44 V3 just because you get aiming stability, aim down sight speed. The laser is visible only when you ADS, but again, you have a green laser here, so it makes it very easy to see your laser. It just helps me keep eyes on target personally, so I prefer that over the OLAV. Gonna run the I believe this is a Leopold or a Trijicon. Maybe it's a Trijicon red dot. I'm mixing and matching some of these. But again, this is on a riser, so this is the KR V4 Modern Warfare 3 optic, which I believe it's a Trijicon on a Trijicon red dot on a riser here. So you're getting precision sight picture, aim down sight speed. Cons are gun kick and fire and aim stability. But you look at this again, you can see where your stats are for the overall weapon balance, and you're getting a little bit of reduction in the gun kick, or increase in gun kick, I should say, and vertical, but you're still getting a little bit of reduction overall in the weapons. Horizontal from all the attachments built on each other, and ADS speed, so you're getting a little bit of a decrease in ADS speed, which is nice with this optic, and it just looks awesome. Then we're going to run the Brute stock. There's going to be aim, idle, sway, recoil control, gun kick, and hipfire attack stance. You can see the cons there, but overall you're getting 3% reduction for recoil and hipfire spread and attack stance spread. You're getting reductions on. A little bit of mobility and ergo additions there, which are not bad for the weapon. But again, this weapon itself kicks heavily, so that helps. And then we're going to run the Hex 40 grip here for the you can see hipfire, recoil, and attack stance spread. You're going to get 9% across the board. So this is our Mark 17 Scar Heavy. Check this thing out in the firing range quick so you guys can just see how this thing works. Let's do the inspect. It's a really nice build. I'm only running the 20 round magazine. This is mainly like a solo build. You could probably get away with it in duos, maybe. Otherwise, you probably want to swap out the laser or the stock for a magazine. 30 round would be good. But again, you can see this thing. This is probably one of the most controllable Scar Heavy builds I've ever built. Which is saying something because this thing kicks a lot. So obviously those ranges not the best. I wouldn't really be engaged in those ranges anyways, but these closer medium range targets are really, really good. That farther one's 75 meters. Again, you can probably tap fire it better than you can full auto it. I'm not going to be engaging at that range with the Scar Heavy. But pretty good build. Again, really controllable these close to medium range targets. No problem there. And it just looks awesome. So that's our Mark 17 or a Scar Heavy. Now the sniper build I'm running primarily is some variation of the Cat AMR. Usually this build exactly just with a different scope, or this one here. So I'm going to run the Nightfall Suppressor. This is going to give me max bullet velocity and range. with a little bit of reduction for the horizontal vertical recoil. So you can see that there. Recoil control, you can see we're going to get the bullet velocity on this weapon is pretty good at 1153.9 meters per second. Gonna run the long heavy barrel on this thing for damage range and bullet velocity. So we're gonna get a 17 point increase there, as well as damage range for max and minimum. Gonna get additions there. Really good barrel option. Only V laser, again, just for aim and stability mainly. SPX 80. This is Modern Warfare 2 optic. You get a 6.6 to an 11 times. Again, your medium sniper scope. So this one has worked really well for me. This weapon's drop is pretty predictable. Now, obviously, if you're engaging a really long targets, then the Raptor is still superior. But you're looking at a very large sniper glint with that. So this one I find really easy to kind of get shots on target. You really only need to aim slightly above people's head. And then high velocity rounds here for the ammo type. You're getting bullet velocity, damage at range decrease. But again, this is a one-shot headshot weapon. So the only other variation pretty much I'm running with this is just the scope. I'm swapping it out for a Raptor. But again, one-shot headshot, any range. And I've had some, even with this scope here, you can see 6 to the 11, 6.6 to the 11. At very, very long ranges, like I'm only aiming between the just so you guys can see the mill markers there. That first mill marker and center is where I would aim. In between there at long range targets. Obviously, it's going to be above that target there. But long ranges, that's as far as I would need to aim. Maybe at the first mill marker for height adjustment. And then if I'm really far out, you know, something between 2 and 3 would be necessary. But great weapon because you already have a bipod on it. So pretty cool to use the bipod. And again, this way if you want to lay down on the road or something, you don't really need to worry about holding your breath, right? So you can hold something longer, and you only have a medium glint on this. So this is the Cat AMR or the Steyr HS50. Next up, we have a nice saw build. Very similar to the build I got on the first one, which I covered here on the channel the other day if you guys missed it. Here, we're running a bit of a different suppressor. We're running the Knights Armament Company suppressor just because it's going to give us a little bit better bullet velocity, or recoil control more balanced versus the Spitfire suppressor. I'm not really stretching this thing out for range, so you can see the ADS speed difference there. I just am more comfortable with the Sunfire. I think it looks more aesthetically pleasing. The Spitfire would probably be better. But again, this Knight suppressor looks really good, and it works really well on this weapon. We're going to run the Bruin Para barrel here. Again, mainly for ergo purposes. I've noticed with this weapon, you're running super slow, especially with the 100-round belt on there. So the Para barrel works really well. Got to run again that Trijicon on the top-mounted, or the Trijicon on the riser. Base stock, 60-round mag. Again, just because I'm running this with a sniper, you run super slow with a 100-round belt. And I've tried some different variations, still working on kinks, and then the Hex 40. So this is our Para saw build. Pretty good. Honestly, I'm a big fan of this one. Seems like a really good weapon. And unlike in Modern Warfare 2019, you don't get an increase in recoil with the magazine feed on this one. So it works really well. You're not taking a hit to the additional recoil to get that ergo. So again, you're moving pretty quick with it versus the 100-round belt. And the recoil is pretty good on this. Honestly, this is 60 rounds, good recoil. This is good. I haven't really found a need for the hammer sight, honestly, yet. I think the hammer sight, the recoil is amplified a little bit too much, it feels like, on a lot of weapons right now. So I'm running mainly with like 1x optics, some flip sights. But again, pretty accurate build. And then again, you can see this is the same sniper just with the Raptor on it. You can see the difference in the zoom there. Again, that long target around 70 meters, 66, somewhere in there. But really nice build. The 60-round casket mag looks really clean. Really nice Para saw there. Go ahead and back out. Look at our next build. PKP Bullpup. Looking really nice here. So again, I won't go through every attachment pros and cons here. We're running the Spitfire suppressor, base barrel, OLEV laser, the Trijicon on the riser, and the Lockwood Precision with the Bullpup conversion kit here. Going to increase the rate of fire up 16%. So we're going to have 571 versus 491, which is pretty substantial. Getting recoil additions or reductions, all of that. So it's a really good build. And again, this is, I think, a good build. The reason I'm not running the canted grips on this is because they're still bugged. So it just takes me out of it, seeing how they look. So I'm running, just running a regular Lockwood precision grip looks really well on this, and again, recoil is pretty fine on it too, so it works well. You can definitely run those candy grips that come with this weapon, but it just looks super goofy because he's not gripping it right, and when you run, you're not holding it. So until they fix that, I can't run it. But that's our PKP Pecheneck Bullpup. I'm trying an MTZ Inhibitor build. I know this is like one of the meta type builds right now. Sonic Suppressor, F-Tac Ripper, Blackthorn Barrel for max damage range, the Luca Scope, Bandoscope here for 7.5 zoom, and then a recoil control grip on this. Pretty decent. Again, I still haven't really used this too much. I know a lot of people are using some variation of this weapon. It's good. I still think the ACR DMR works really well too. So I'll be doing a video kind of going over best DMRs eventually when I get more trigger time on a lot of these. But pretty good build. Let me know your thoughts down below of that one. Next up, let's see, we have the NGlvaw. This is a cool build. I did a video on this, but we have the integrally suppressed barrel for the spear. We're running the Extend ERX optic. This is gonna give us a clean precision sight picture, and it's super clean. You get a blue dot. No cons with it, and you can tack stance. Running the Ravage 20 heavy stock for recoil control, gun kick, and firing aim stability. Gonna help us out a lot there. 45 round mag at 6.8 by 51, and the Bruin heavy support grip again for horizontal and recoil, gun kick recoil works really well there. Also, you can see some of these other ones are also viable. However, this just looks awesome and it works really, really well. And then the sniper, guys already saw that build. So let's go ahead and look at this NG next generation low visibility assault weapon using the spear. Very accurate build. Again, clean. I know this weapon is definitely on the meta list right now. However, the build that I'm using, not something you're going to be seeing used. And again, it works really well. Running a nice olive camo on that. Pretty accurate. You know, I'm pulling down on this slightly, but it's a damn good build. So let me know your thoughts on that one down below. Next up, I'll show you guys maybe one or two more here. The ACR. So running an ACR build here. Silent fire, again, that nice suppressor. The base barrel, because this weapon really doesn't have much recoil. Typically, I would like to run something like this recoiled barrel here. However, it's not really worth it because you don't really need the extra range or the recoil reduction on this. It really doesn't kick much as is. All EV laser, the same Trijicon, 40 round mag, and a Lockwood precision. This is our ACR. However, I'm kind of replicating more of a Magpul Masada original type concept with this. And again, it looks super clean. Pretty decent in Warzone. I've been using it a little bit. Very accurate. Had some good games with this so far. But you can see it's accurate. Although right there, I was hitting the heck out of that target. Wasn't dying, but it's good. 6 shots to kill with the base. No plates, essentially. So it's a little bit of a bullet magnet. Or a bullet sponge, I guess. But again, it is accurate. So it reminds me a lot of the M13 from Modern Warfare 2. And you can always tack stance also for those close quarter situations. That's our ACR or our Magpul Masada build. And next up, I'll show you guys one more here. I'm running. Let's try. Let's take a look at this. So this is the MG338 or the RAL. Bringing this back, giving it a try to see how this thing hits. So we're running the EXF Relentless 40 suppressor. This is again the Modern Warfare 2 one that comes with the weapon. And if we look at it, you're getting a recoil reduction on this damage at range, but again, we're not really going for that. We're running the long range barrel. Again, you could swap this out for the recoil barrel if you wanted. However, this one I'm going more for damage at range type build. So you can see the increases there. All EV laser, this TX4 Havoc. I think this is unlocked with a spear. Gives you a 4 times magnification and a small glint on the weapon. And then we're running the best grip on this. As a side grip for max recoil control and gun kick control. And you can see the reduction there. So this is our MG338 from Sig Sauer. Won the NGSW program in addition with the MG250. And again, pretty nice looking scope on this. This is pretty much a medium range. Even when you mount it, it'd be pretty good mounted, I think. for those longer ranges, because you got the damage at range here, so it's definitely going to do a lot of damage. Pretty good. And then I'm pairing it with a Vector just because, you know, we need close quarters firepower, because the Ral's not going to do it, so this thing, definitely pretty good. Those are all the weapons I'm going to show off today. Let me know your thoughts down below for these Warzone weapons. What are your thoughts of these weapons? What weapons are you using here for Warzone? This is what I'm using so far. Less than a week into Warzone 3 or Warzone Urgistan. Let me know your thoughts down below. Also, big shout out to our members of the channel. Memberships are live, and we do have some new members here. So we have 11 total members here, being Colton B, Conan the Librarian, and Vaughn Jacobs are some new operators or joined members we have here. Man named Nobody, Hassan V07, PDX Jape, Ram Ramster, K-Dog 350, This Justin, FPS Cannon Fodder, and Noodly Boyo. Also, memberships are live. I am working to get those merchandise up here soon. I do apologize for the delay here, guys, but we're getting that going. Gonna do some perks. We're getting more members. We're gonna have member-only live streams. I'm gonna be adding a lot of things and putting more time into this, so I really appreciate the support. Let me know your thoughts down below. Till next time, Buffer Gaming, out.